everyone, welcome to the new video. Today we are going to see the architecture diagram of deploying a three-tier architect application on AKS cluster, making it highly available and fault tolerant. And why we are understanding this, because system design questions are very much asked in the DevOps interview, and we should prepare ourselves so that at that time we don't miss anything. So without further ado, let's start. So first of all, you know, in three-tier architecture means there will be a presentation, application and database. So front end, back end and then database. That also we can say. So our users will interact with the application using URL, and in first we will have Azure front door. So it also does the um, so basically it is helping at the global level load balancing. So we have when we sometimes we deploy our applications on multi regions. So to do the load balancing on multi region, which region our application should go, request should go, Azure front door helps in the balancing or routing the traffic. Also it works with WAF, web application firewall, and DDoS protection, so that the request can be judged, that if there is any vulnerability, any attack can happen. And then comes the Azure application gateway, which works on the uh, on not on the global but on the regional level, that if suppose it has the request has gone to East US region, so inside the East US region, application gateway will come into picture. It will route the HTTPS or HTTP traffic layer 7. Now once the traffic goes inside the cluster, AKS cluster, so there are Azure CNI, basically the network interface which is responsible for cluster monitor, cluster autoscaler policy, is looking after all the pods and our container. So our presentation tier has mostly we will create three pods, or for each, for the web pod, for the application pod and for the DB pod. And we have multiple availability zones. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, according to we can in zones we can give our node pools, like application node pool, system node pools. So in the web pod, this Nginx ingress controller is there, and the Kubernetes service load balancer. Basically ingress will help. HPO, horizontal pod autoscaler, is there for auto scaling. So these all the tiers are connected, but inside each tier there is like load balancer and HPA working. Now database will be like primary DB will be there, replicas will be there, and this will be stateful set with PVC. Now we will have the private endpoint created for the Azure storage account. So basically why we create private endpoint? We create private endpoint if we want to access the Azure resources. When Azure services want to access each other, there we create a private endpoint to access, and there will be a private link, okay, to those. Using that private endpoint only we can access those services. So we create it for the security purpose. So private IP address will be there. So inside that we can keep blob storage, Azure Fly, Q storage, or tables SQL. So basically, to making it fault tolerant or highly available, we have to deploy it in multiple zones, and we can do it on region ways. So this is one region, we can deploy the same architecture in another region, but that will be cost cost consuming. So we will have to take into picture that how we can reduce the cost. So supporting Azure services will be Key Vault, backup, Azure multi-log analytics, Velero for taking backup, DevOps, GitHub Azure policy, Azure container registry, Azure Defender for cloud security. So multi-easy deployment, self-healing, auto-scaling HPA and cluster autoscaler, health probes, pod disruption budget, backup and disaster recovery will make it highly available and fault tolerance. And VNet integration, like everything will be inside one VNet, and it will be private and secure connectivity under the subnet. So private subnet, then the public subnet will be for the presentation tier. So this is how we'll design. That's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.